Hell, what can we expect from this team? Like, nothing more than what we've seen there on the pitch today. They were two teams there that probably belong where they belong in the Premier League and where the table is saying we are right now. Manchester United just don't learn. We can't close games out, even when we get gifted the lead. We've been gifted leads in quite a few games this season, especially over the last few weeks. That's the two bottom sides in the league that have both come to Old Trafford, and I think we've shipped somewhere in the region of 28 shots between both games. You can clearly see where Manchester United's problem is. It's controlling games. This so-called possession-based football that Ineos want to bring into Manchester United is only going to work with different players on the pitch. We know what these players are, which isn't good enough. The vast majority of this team is not going to last into next season, whether it be them on the bench or they actually get kicked out or sold in the summer. Today there, I felt Burnley were a better side. I did. I thought they played the better football. I'm going to be honest. United were lucky with one mistake from the goalkeeper, and Anthony scored a very, very good goal. Credit to him. I think he did about 8 celebrations in one there. I don't know what he was doing. He seemed to be milking it. But that's the problem with his team. It's like he's celebrating a goal there like we just won a bleeding cup final. There's still plenty of time to play. And Burnley just, again, they played on it. They waited for Manchester United to get carried away, and it happened again. We switched off. Andre Onana, for the good saves that he made in that game there today, he won't learn. I think the fans were getting frustrated with him in the second half just because he wasn't kicking it out quick enough, wasn't distributing the ball quick enough. But his big problems is, he got a warning early on in the season. We got away with one against Wolves. Like I've said all along, these games that we have been winning are now turning into draws and defeats because you don't get away with the same thing constantly all season. Not one game that we have won have we been in control of. And that was that there again today. And it was proof that your luck runs out in the end. If you keep making the same mistake over and over and over again, you will end up getting punished. Burnley were the better side in the first half. They had the better chances. And Anna, to his credit in that, and I want to give him some credit because he made some good saves today and he kept us in the game. But it's just what's going through the goalkeeper's head when you do that. They're game-changing moments that you're not going to be able to live down. If you want to build your confidence up, then you need to start making the right decisions at that specific moment, at that big moment in the game, because they change the game, and that's what happened there today. You knew as soon as he went flapping out of that with 2 players in front of him. I've already seen the replay. It's just pure suicidal. I don't know what he's thinking. His head is completely gone. And in the end, for all his good work, he's ended up costing Ten Hag the 3 points. I say Ten Hag the 3 points because that was what was more important there today. The win for Ten Hag, not Manchester United. Because our season is over. Newcastle have won today. It's all going to come down to that game here against Newcastle, I think, for who gets the Europa League. Tougher games are to come. We've just played the bottom 2 sides and scraped 4 points out of it at home. You cannot expect this team to perform any better in them games coming either because they are better shaped. They are better set up than what we are, and they are playing more, I think, for the manager. There are some players out there today that are just not understanding what Ten Hag wants. I'm trying to give Ten Hag credit when I say that because I didn't see what the plan was. We're knocking long diagonal balls to Garnacho, one of the smallest men on the pitch, and hoping for a ricochet. Or is that it? Because I don't understand why you would go long to Garnacho. We end up passing that around in the 6-yard box just for Harry Maguire to boot it long to someone. I don't know what the game plan is. And I said it at half-time, the gap in between the midfield and the defence, because we are trying to press, is just not working. But Ten Hag won't change the shape. He won't change that midfield up and put that extra body in there. He's keeping it as it is. And when you've got Casemiro, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and Dalot, Dalot's got a bit of pace. But then you go into midfield with Eriksen, Bruno and Kobbie Mainoo, then you're looking at probably one of the slowest defences of midfield in this league. And if Burnley had a strike-off, we wouldn't have even been talking about missed chances and scraping the draw. We'd have been out here licking our wounds at a defeat because Burnley were the better side. The stats show it as well. Better possession, better territorial. They created the better chances for me. We were just on chance at the end of that game there. And you could see it started to look desperate again. It really did. Decision-making, learning from mistakes. I said it. Dalot against Sheffield United. All the time in the world in the box. Aaron Wan-Bissaka today. Again, Ten Hag is trying to play a style that these players cannot play. They are not comfortable playing inverted wing, especially going forward. Wan-Bissaka, it's a gilt-edged chance. You've got to put that away. You don't. And Burnley, to be fair, like I said, they rode the luck and they were adventurous. They pushed forward, they pressed United, and they probably go out of there with a deserved point. I don't think that result reflected any different on either side. I think that was fair. I think it was. I think both teams have to look at that in reality and go, Yeah, both had about similar chances, and Ten Hag is going to have a pressure cooker week. Like, it's not going to help his cause at all. I'm expecting headlines already in the papers tomorrow. Them media and them pressers that were banned from the press conference yesterday are probably sharpening the knives right now again. His substitutions will be pulled under scrutiny as well, but I actually agree with the substitutions because Kobe Mainoo was blowing out of his arse. He was having a poor game. It needed changing. Hoyland was getting mauled and battered. He was offering us nothing up front. And he needed to change it up, and I thought Ahmad gave the centre-back something different to play for. He kept Anthony on, which was interesting, and it paid off. He got his deserved goal for me for his work rate today. But it's just hit and miss. It's hit and hope. That's all our football is right now. And there's always a big error in that team, which will always cost us. And it did today. Again, your luck runs out eventually. I think Ten Hag's time at Manchester United and his luck, which I think a lot of this season's results in the positive have been, will run out, and I think he is coming to the end right now with how he wants to play it out. Unfortunately, again there it looked like Scott went off with a bad injury. By all accounts didn't look good, swearing, going crazy because he's got injured again, and we are threadbare yet again. There's a lot of players on that team that are going to need this week off before Palace on Monday, quite a lot, because we look like we're tired, we look like we're done for the season. To be honest, it looks like everyone is clinging on to the last bits of energy that they've got. But United again failed miserably in trying to hold on to a lead. And just like, it's like you can talk about the positives as much as you want where it is, and it would have been a positive if we won that game, but it's the two bottom sides in the league that have come to Old Trafford and more than stamp their authority on the game against us. It's been all right getting the win against Sheffield United, but I think there today clearly showed that we are nowhere near ready to handle this last month of the season. I don't know how he changes it though. I really don't know how he changes this. Get your comments in below, everybody. Cheers for watching. Let me know what you think of that. Was it all down to Onana, or did we deserve it?